can we talk about another collab that I think is kind of cool? Because I was going to say by a show of hands, but we only four. Oh, no, Megan. But Megan, I think she got shot.
Amen, wake up. Wake up.
Are they in the thing?
Wake up.
Just slide into the frame.
Okay, cool. By a show of hands, right? Who all here loves hip-hop?
I don't listen
Everyone's
to that
hands
nigger
up.
music.
Of course, right? Everybody's hands up. You
There's
guys,
a whole behind
if
the
your
scenes
hands up,
10 minutes of
love
you rapping.
I
away.
don't listen to black music.
You listen to
It's
country.
disgusting and it corrupts our children.
Okay, Ruckus.
Okay. Half and half. So, talking about hip hop, right? 50 years of hip hop already, guys. And
Contestable, but yes.
yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, it's been, NWA, all those Wu-Tang, all those guys, right? 50 years of hip hop. And to celebrate that, Roc Nation and Puma have come together with an NFT. Or another digital, actually.
Some shoes.
With some shoes, bro. It's a sneaker drop.
Unfortunately, I can't participate.
Why?
They don't fit my feet.
What thing? Roc Nation?
Roc Nation and Puma.
Pumas.
Oh, Pumas don't fit your feet, like in general. Any
You
Puma
got a big
at
foot,
all.
don't you? Yeah. I know that one.
So they
you have
partnered.
big feet,
mini
you
therapy
suck.
session.
Oh no, bro.
Big feet. Does it bother you?
Thank you for coming to our group. We support you. We feel your pain.
Big feet anonymous.
So I'm sorry for those who have big feet that can't wear Pumas, because I mean.
Fire shoe.
I can't imagine
White
Roc
colors.
Nation designing. Are they good?
The white
So
one is
so
hot, though.
so just hear me out. So what they did was they collabed
Unless
with.
you Megan. Megan doesn't like them. But
Mix, are you still recording on
Ah,
the...
Megan is a drip king, boss. Basil, can I get an espresso, please?
No, your audio.
What the hell?
What are you saying?
Yo, gentlemen. They're like, please, can I get an espresso, please?
Why
Hey, yo,
don't you like them?
make them
Sorry,
two.
before
Nick,
we-
I'm serious. We
Oh wait.
serious.
Introduce a topic. Then we can talk about whether we like them or not.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, Roc Nation and Puma partnered with Legitimate, the NFT company, to create the sneaker drop, right? Now,
Wait,
it leads to
The
my
name of the
question.
company is
Legitimate.
in the Web3 space. Wow, what a way to give people reassurance. That
100%.
Let see the scammers.
Oh, man.
Legitimate, bro.
They-
Okay, what's
so-
the name then? Legitimate.
The collection's name is The Evolution of the Mixtape. That's the collection's name. I think it's kind of cool. I mean,
I think it's dope because if you look at it from like the Sugar Hill gang, right? Rappers Delight, like back in-
before we move any further, I have a question, which is... I am sorry.
He pulled a me on me.
Yeah, feel it.
Completely
Feel it,
biased.
Nigel. What do you guys think of Puma as a brand?
I was telling you what I think.
No, man. Oh, hang on. Because I know Megan over there, she has a problem with these specific sneakers.
Why? You have a baby-sized foot.
Yeah.
Everything fits you.
Yeah.
No, man, I didn't say I have a problem with them. Like,
I mean,
the
Fish
pair
is
we
wearing them
looked
right now.
at- The pair we looked at
Yeah, these are
initially.
work
So he buys Puma for work
I
shoes.
bought shoes I
guys.
don't like on
I
purpose
used to love
so that I
Puma.
could
Oh my gosh! You used to like Puma.
My first ever sneakers were Pumas. But then I haven't heard of them in a while. Yo.
Bro, my dad
they
bought
make
me.
really, really
my
good
dad
shoes.
bought me Pumas, bro. Like it's like my foot just went like this. But that was old Pumas. That was like those Indian men Pumas, not Indian from India, guys. Like I love you guys.
What Indian, my friend?
Like,
just want
like
to
Lane's
disclaim that
India,
none
bro.
of the views in this episode are a direct correlation to visual jutsu or my own views. Just saying that before we continue, the visual jutsu disclaimer, the fish cat disclaimer. I will continue, Chev.
Yeah, but like in South Africa,
I work with big corporates. Please don't fire me.
Please don't fire me.
but like tight ass Pumas, bro. Like have you ever seen?
You're talking
tight-ass
about them
Pumas?
BMW and Ferrari days.
Bro, like bro, they just, like you see the big toe busting through, my friend. Like, it's like Puma has really upped their game with the sneakers, though. I'm not gonna lie, they've upped their game from olden day
They
racing
have
style
one that
shoes.
looks very similar to the Adidas Samba and Gazelle, which is very beautiful.
Those are nice.
The
Yeah.
suede, new
Yeah.
box suede one.
And I know like a lot of females wear the Puma. I think it's called the Kali or the Cali.
That shit with a
Okay.
big ass bow.
No bow on it.
No.
No bow on
That
it.
was the Fenty one.
No, that was not bow.
Yes.
That wow.
The Cali is like the flat
Oh.
sole
Yeah,
one.
that's
The
really
Cali
nice
has, like,
on
Jordan vibes.
females. It
No one
looks
had
cool on them.
a black and a pink one of that bow. We took it back.
What?
That shit was atrocious.
It was just for the cloud though.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine a shoelace and then just. What are we doing? Unwrapping it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
those
that
ones
day?
never made sense, boss.
Yeah.
I tried wearing them once. I think I tripped like
That was
3
a
times.
female shoe.
Did I
My
just
group.
buy it?
Hey.
No, it's a horrible shoe.
Right.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I agree.
So-
I didn't own them or anything.
As I said, these are not views of Visual Jitsu.
Please, yeah.
But listen, if Puma were to send me sneakers, I ain't gonna say no.
Oh, look,
Nah, I would.
No, if it was that one with the
Just
bow,
I
nah.
I would.
Must be with
That thing
that.
was
fine.
trash.
They miss a lot, but every now and again they
Yeah,
really...
they sometimes they hit it.
Knock
bro.
it out the
They're like
park.
Sega. They make something
Yes.
good, and then sometimes they make something not
I
so
would
good.
choose Reebok though.
Definitely, Reebok is something
More
that I would
classic.
definitely
Because of
choose.
AKA. Rest in power.
Nah, just because I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't
No, I like
think
the ones he used to wear.
it's not
Which
about
ones did you used to
AKA
wear?
right now.
I don't know. You only wore like one.
Oh.
Yeah, that one specific design.
Oh.
A shout out though for that one. That one was fire.
Hold
Even
it now,
the
hold
one
it now,
Kendrick
hold it
dropped
now.
a couple years ago.
Who?
Kendrick. He partnered with
Ooh,
Reebok
Kendrick,
for a while.
yes,
Yeah,
those were fire.
Dude, those are dope, bro.
Those were fire.
Kenny's soul is
You
what is that?
you are Kendrick.
artist and I didn't
Yeah, I only know Cortez, my bro. Come on.
The Cortez
No,
was
not
hot.
Puma, dog. Reebok.
That Cortez was the one.
Facts.
Reebok.
Facts.
Reebok,
Drop
not
the-
Puma. Reebok. I'm talking about the Reebok.
Cortez is
collab-
Nike, miss.
Yes, I'm talking about the Reebok collaboration with Kendrick, bro.
Yeah, then why would I say Cortez? You like
You
Reebok
said
is
no.
Puma.
When did Kendrick partner with Puma? And that's when myself and Mikhail were like, no,
Are we even
Reebok.
talking about fucking buses and like what is this?
The shoe.
Kendrick one.
This is the Kendrick one.
Yes.
Was fine berries.
Oh, cookies.
I think we're moving away from the actual.
Was this
topic.
when he dropped Untitled Unmastered? Because I would believe it. Not when he
I
dropped
think it was just after To Pump Butterfly.
Nah, that was Cortez.
Was it?
Yeah, from
No,
To Pimp until
the
Damn.
Cortez was with them.
Was it them?
Yes. Yeah, so it was just after.
I love you, Kendrick, but you had no swag, my bro. Yes, sis. What?
Okay. Right.
Cool. Okay.
Can we?
let's
Let's
As
continue.
Fish
Let's
said,
move.
these are not the views
Yeah, please,
and
guys.
opinions.
These are personal views.
Yeah, these are personal
not a
views.
collective
Oh, yeah,
representation.
Because we're so uncut, we just blurt things out, guys. Okay, sorry. But they basically dropped this
I was looking at it,
collection
I'm like,
called Evolution of the Mixtape, and it's to celebrate 50 years of hip hop. And I get what you're saying. It's questionable, it's debatable, but as per Roc Nation, 50 years is 50 years, bro, and that's what they.
Jay-Z's almost 50. Can't be.
So this collection includes 3 sneakers, right? And then the names go as follows: cassette tape, that's number 1. Playlist.
Yo, they
is
had the
number 2.
whitest person to name everything. Like when you said the initial name, the evolution of thing, I'm like, it's a white person who grew up in Compton, probably, who thinks.
Probably, yeah.
you know,
But yeah, number 1.
this, my people.
Cassette tape. Number 2 is playlist, and number 3 is disc. So like as plain as
You know,
as
I
it
think
Is
gets,
that's-
this with a K or with a C?
with a C.
Not even special.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, not even special. Okay, so what makes these?
Can't they do disc with a Q even?
Hey, dog.
That's true. That would have been dope though.
You two are just so like disgusted with gentrification right now.
Yeah.
So honestly, this is a big cultural. It's a big cultural, but it's to honor the big cultural move that hip hop has created throughout the years, right?
White person.
Yeah, I know. Like it's fine. It's fine.
okay, I digress.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
No, I'm saying that, you know those ones. That, like, I had like 6 black friends. growing up in high
Because
school.
really itching
Okay, I
inside.
digress though. Yeah. Okay, disc, yes, disc.
This is the
Bleep this out, bro. Dug a hole.
Okay, moving on.
Right. So,
You cut a lot.
we're sorry.
It's incriminating us.
part of what makes these sneakers unique, right? Which I find is kind of cool, is they have this embedded near field communication chip,
near field.
bro. Like it's called the NFC chip. That's what they call
What
it.
the? Okay.
And
It's the same
there's a
as,
specific
Near
name.
field?
yeah, it's been around for like.
I can explain
a
the
long time.
technology after.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's a specific name for this chip.
Very long time.
They call this chip the LGT tag, which is
When you started
located.
with LG, I was like,
Yeah, no.
You got every demographic.
Not trying to get
So-
us cancelled.
The specific chip is located in the tongue of the shoe, right? And then people get to, like, whoever owns the shoe gets to scan that specific tag or chip, and then they unlock this digital portal to, like,
smart.
weekly mixtapes, never released tracks by Roc Nation, behind the scenes content from Roc Nation's artists. So they get this digital world of all of Roc Nation's.
I take it back. White person,
Chad just
you're
made
a
up
genius.
an
You're a
entire
genius.
word. Instead of saying unreleased, he made it a whole new sentence.
What did I say?
Never released.
Never released.
I mean-
unreleased, never released, re-released.
No, I'm
In
saying
release-
because people can see it nowadays.
Right. So basically, they're honoring the evolution. So legitimate, obviously, the co-founder Kelvin Chan.
I did not even say anything.
Still feel confident.
Hold it now.
So Kelvin basically says that the partnership with Puma and Roc Nation extends beyond the storytelling of culture.
Your father was involved in fashion.
Hey, yo, Kelvin, baba. Oh man, this episode is screwed, bro. So anyway, it expands it beyond the actual storytelling of a cultural movement, and it actively expands the fans' access to their favorite music artists from obviously Roc Nation. Or we can't be like, hey yo, I
Name
want
two.
Drake.
Roc Nation artists. I can name sportsmen.
Artist.
J
Besides Jay-Z.
and Z.
And J. Cole.
J and Z. Done.
Oh, okay, fair.
He's two people.
So you're gonna be listening to like.
artist.
Isn't
Rita
Drake
Ora.
from Dreamville?
Yeah, it's Dreamville now.
Oh, but he used to be.
But he started with Roc Nation.
the Roc Nation at some point. So you're gonna listen
Didn't
to
Big
who
Sean
the-
also
who
start
the-
with Roc Nation as well?
No, he was signed to. Yes, because Yeezy's
Because Kanye signed him at the time.
was signed under Roc Nation, but had his own record label
Oh, yeah,
by
yeah.
affiliation with Shine Big Sean.
So there you go.
So you're gonna be listening to Rita Ora and stuff. Madonna.
Who's Rita Ora?
Exactly. That girl used to overplay in Trace.
Shout out. I only know from Fast and Furious.
Yeah, my
Ready,
brothers.
ready.
You know, I
I
know.
remember that. That's all I remember.
We-
But yeah, we're moving away from what we're actually speaking about. But yeah.
Oh.
So this is similar to the whole Louis V, not in a sense where it's like exactly the same, but it's also like a digital key. But however, the digital key is actually the
variable.
shoe itself. That's a digital key.
What happens if you damage it?
I think as long as the actual chip's not damaged, you should be fine.
Because some people can't even pull their SIM card out of their iPhones. That's how damaged it is.
I think I know of somebody who can't pull their some
That's
card.
only-
Yo, nah, that is foul, man, bro. If you're talking about, that is foul. Yo, wow. Yo, please cut this out. I do not wish to see
Oh,
it
you're
when I
not wrong
edit.
for that. You're
Yo.
not wrong for that.
But that's
Yo,
my whole
damn.
topic. Like, I've
Yo.
never seen an iPhone damage like that. So what if you damage the chip in the shoe?
Real. When you wash it.
All right, so talking about the chip, this chip itself is actually the biggest talking point of this partnership. It has nothing really to do with Puma or Roc Nation. This chip itself is it's the technology that they're basically introducing, and this collab is basically the way they're using it to show how this actually works. And I actually want Fish to continue and tell us more about this technology, about this chip, like you said about the near field communication and those type of things.
Yeah, so it's really dope because it's like if anyone has those like Apple wallets as well, which is also a thing. Like you just put your phone next to the shoe. You put your phone on the shoe. You don't take a photo of a QR code or anything like that, and then you have access to all this extra
Does it open
content and
iPads too?
extra information. Pardon?
This is work on iPads too, in case your phone breaks.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's
asking
like
for a
works on
friend.
certain Androids as well.
They're throwing shade at me. They're throwing shade at me.
Stop hurting Kenny's feelings.
You were supposed to go home.
So what's really cool about that is one, I think the user experience becomes so much easier.
Sure.
You know, you're not like downloading apps and creating profiles and stuff like that. Like you just buy the shoe, and even on the way home, you're just like into the world.
It becomes a digital wearable, basically,
Yeah.
the shoe itself,
Oh,
Yeah.
in a way.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm thinking like back to what you were saying, like what if it gets damaged? Wouldn't it be like you connect the first time and
then you
you
have
always
access.
connected to it? Because obviously you would
Because
need
that's what
to
I would think
verify
with your
that
wallet,
you
right?
own
Once
it.
it's connected, you have access to it.
Yeah.
For this specific project, I haven't actually looked into like the
Nitty-gritty,
nitty-gritty of that, but I would imagine, then after that first time, you've linked to it and
So,
you're in always.
I'm at 2000.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Basil, talking to you here. It's not
So-
me.
Our phoneless friend.
Near field communication, right? You won't.
Nigga, I know what near field communication is.
Listen, do you remember infrared?
Yeah, we used to in movies and stuff. Yeah,
He doesn't remember infrared, this Bambino.
Bluetooth.
I know Bluetooth.
Before Bluetooth.
Before
Bluetooth was.
Yeah,
used
you
to-
niggas, yeah.
used to keep
For
it
the
like this.
babies.
Yeah, for the babies. You're like, hey, yo.
If I wanted
Send me the
to-
polytone,
If I
dog.
wanted to send someone a song, I had to put the phones like this, and I couldn't separate.
Yeah.
Until
Until the song was sent.
If I
and you'd
moved the
leave it
table,
on the desk,
done. And then it would take like an hour
And
to
it took a
reconnect.
minute. Yeah, it took a minute where you would just leave it there.
Like we could go and have a coffee.
I thought you
and
guys were
go
old,
away
my nigga. You niggas
and
are
come back.
ancient.
So the reason I brought it
Sure,
up, right,
bro.
We'll go. We'll talk about this for a second, right? So there's just an advancement of all of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So infrared, you went kept shit together, right? I went away from my mic. You used to keep your phone together. Took a minute. If anything got damaged, you had to resync for like an hour. You'd go to the shop, play outside, do whatever. You'd have fun. Then we moved on to Bluetooth, and then we started advancing, right? Then from there we got near field communication, and then we started implementing that into things like business cards, digital wearables, on doors and stuff like that, where people could then gain access to information. Stop looking at me like I'm explaining your history.
Never in my life have I imagined that somebody would say before Bluetooth. How old, my man? What?
So,
That old, bro.
so then we went on to the place now, like with near field communication, whereby you were able to transmit data and information remotely via devices or locally via devices, just by being within a certain radius of it, right? And now we moved into things like AirDrop, which is just a very expensive version of Bluetooth at the end of the day.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is what
Before.
this is actually about.
Wait, I have a question for Kenny. So
Okay.
how do you think music was transferred, like
That's the thing.
Let me hit you up. This is how it
10
happened.
days or like
When I wanted 50 Cent in
prior
the
to
club,
smartphones.
polyphonic, and it was do.
Yeah.
I would put that shit together like fish head, and I'd tell them, be like, my bra Obi that you met, I'd be like, hey Obi, let's go to the store and get some chappies and shit. We'll come back in like 30 minutes.
Hey, bro, in my head, it was stereo. You know those stereos? You just listen. You can't send shit.
We had
From
those
there
too.
on, there was Bluetooth.
No, so with
my
that,
word.
is
No.
insane.
Bluetooth
with
is
that-
actually advanced compared to what they've got here.
So with that, the stereo vibe, you would, okay, let's take a cassette, right?
Yeah, you take out a cassette.
You'd put your pencil in,
Yeah,
because the shit would
yeah.
unrewind. You'd turn on the pencil to go back to where you started, and then you'd put another one in. You'd play that one. You'd record on this one, and then that was the way you did it.
Yeah.
Before we could make voice notes with music and shit like MTN, like hi, you've reached. You used to go to the speaker, play your song. You can find me in the club. Hi,
this
you've
is-
reached me. Hi, thank you for calling me.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed this song while you wait. Na.
No, we're not moving away from the infra. What you
Infrared.
What the? I don't know if I can cuss here.
Oh, the near field.
Okay, I won't curse. No, the thing before Bluetooth.
Oh, infrared.
I'm still stuck with that.
Infrared. So your phone even had like a little red block
Yeah.
on it so that you could put the two sensors right next to each other. Because literally anything further away than like
Cancel.
a centimeter and it just couldn't communicate.
And then there was times
It
also
had
the
to be like-
file would corrupt, and then you couldn't resend that file till you had like wiped what was on there.
Yeah.
So this was before the E250s and everything.
This
yeah,
was
before
with them
Well,
actually.
around that time.
Around that
yeah.
time.
They also had it, but Bluetooth was then a thing at that time.
But that was if I remember Samsung was like a thing back then. So
Yeah,
like
so like
So Samsung's had Bluetooth. But
Sony
like,
Ericsson's.
You know, everyone had to catch
there
up.
was-
So there was a time when everything had like infrared, and then some phones had Bluetooth, and then and eventually everyone got Bluetooth, so they could phase out the infrared.
then they were like, hey, we're not giving you Bluetooth on a BlackBerry. Just hit up BIS and go get some music.
And now we have AirDrop.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I thought you niggas were old. Nah, that's not enough, my bro. I'll think of a word. I'm gonna go to dictionary and shit. Look for whatever.
While you think,
Decaying.
let's talk about. While you think, let's talk about what more about what Chan is saying over here. Okay? Shout out Calvin. Yeah. Screw, right? So Chan believes that the dude. Why are you looking at me like that, dog?
Man called his father skr.
Yeah, that's
Hey, yo, my dad's name's not Calvin, by the way. I just call him Calvin.
That's the alias.
Yeah, gamer tag. Hey. Anyway, right. So this engagement is basically it enhances brand loyalty. So as we know, I think the most brand loyal people I call is Nike heads.
J. Cole's fans.
We're talking about like brands here, besides artists
No,
itself.
Dreamville is a brand, and
Like I'm talking about clothing.
No, I'm saying
No,
they
they
have,
have merch.
they have
Oh,
merch,
yeah,
they
but
have,
no,
they have
I'm
a whole
talking about
basketball court, they have everything.
I'm
And
talking about their
I was doing that on
now.
purpose.
Their
No,
sole
it's okay.
purpose is
Chat,
clothing.
it's okay. I was doing that on purpose. It's okay.
I'm talking about their sole
Yeah.
purpose is clothing, not something that's like music related that became clothing. I'm talking about
Okay,
like
fair.
actual clothing,
Give me that
like
empty
Nike.
container there.
You know,
100%.
there's no.
I'll pretend.
I think Nike's probably got the most brand loyal people, and then you've got Adidas, and then Puma's like like a. And I think this is good for Puma when they came out like, hey, yo, listen, we're trying to push this thing, and this is one way of us doing that. What's wrong with you, bro?
He's struggling.
Shame. But yeah, and I
Take
think
my sleeve from home and put it in here. It's gonna work.
they threw in these added benefits so that people can finally start this community. Like we were talking about this little fire. This is Puma's fire with Roc Nation. And I think that it's good.
It's a very smart way to do it.
Yeah, it's very smart.
Yeah.
Especially if you thought of a brand collabing with Roc Nation. The first thing, if I had to ask you, who do you think would collab with Roc Nation? Then you'd say Nike.
I'd say Timberland.
So,
Yeah, something like
I don't
that.
know why.
so let me
That's very
explain my
They're
understanding
random, but yeah, they're big enough.
of why I think it is so smart, or one of the most intelligent ways to go about this, right? Is Roc Nation doesn't only have creative artists. They have professional sportsmen. They have a whole sporting agency, right? With currently they hold a majority of the NFL, NBA, MLB, and most of the MLS players, right? In those franchises.
For the people at home, can you please explain MLS?
Major League Soccer.
Ah, okay,
Wow,
thank you.
so gone.
Thank you. Oh,
Soccer. Soccer, guys. Soccer.
That's what you guys. I know what that was. I knew what that was.
But basically, all the
Big
massive sporting like codes in the states, Roc Nation has, I would say, majority of their athletes, and I don't mean like the by the way athletes, the creme de la creme, the top.
The top dogs.
Yeah. So with Roc Nation partnering with the brand Puma, just watch this unfold. Watch how a lot of these athletes start moving over from individual endorsement deals to Puma. You see it all the time. For example, with the UFC, they were with Reebok for all these years. Dwayne The Rock Johnson featured once on the UFC. He has the Project Rock fitness apparel brand. People took to his appearance with the BMF belt, the baddest on the planet belt. And now they're all wearing, even the people that don't like it, are all wearing Project Rocky on the UFC. It's the official partner now.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with Prime. They still use Monster on their clothing, but now because Prime has become a globalized brand, they are now the official hydration partner
Yeah.
of the UFC. So that's what I'm saying. With Roc Nation representing all these athletes, with them partnering like with a brand like Puma, watch all these athletes just start slowly moving to Puma, moving away from brands like Adidas, Nike.
So basically, you're saying that this collab with Roc Nation,
so
right,
smart.
is even though it's to celebrate hip hop, there's more to it. It
It's
goes
gonna-
deeper.
There's so
It's
much.
gonna
more.
ripple
It goes
out.
deeper, yeah.
Yeah.
But can I just mention that one thing that I think Puma does very well, and I think every other brand can take a page out of their book, is their collabs. Because they in Formula One, bro.
Except for that Fenty one.
Okay, yeah, the Fenty one is a little bit shaky. We don't talk about that, yeah. But think about it, like gaming, Puma speak, Formula One, UFC, and now Roc Nation and hip hop,
That's why I say that they've infiltrated a lot of.
and now Web3 as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy, bro.
For everyone involved, they're accessing new markets and just
that's my
getting a
thing is
stronger
it's
foothold in
such
every
a
market.
clever way to reinvent the wheel without reinventing the wheel.
Yes.
Because look at, I will take it back to the Shell Toes and Adidas superstars, right?
Yeah.
Our parents were, they died out. We all went crazy for them like 10 years ago. They've died out again. When Carly's in her teens, they'll probably come back.
They're back here.
And they just make small adjustments each time to them. They've not reinvented the shoe. They've just opened it up to a whole new market, gotten that new younger market, hyped about it. They've positioned it in a way that it is special in that current moment, in that time frame that this new younger market is in. And that market jumps at it and bites at it all over again. It's the same thing with this. Puma partners and collabs with all these different brands when they're in the peak of their hypeness. And it just opens up to like a whole floodgate of newer, younger people.
Yes.
And they just continuously just do it all the time.
It's almost like so in football, Premier League specifically, you've got a team like Manchester City who's running the league, right? And when you think about them, you think to yourself like, who should be their sponsorship? We all have this idea of like, okay, if I close my eyes right now and I know that Man City has no sponsorship at all, the first sponsorship I'm gonna think about is Nike or Adidas, right? You think to yourself, yo, that's probably what's on their shirt.
Who's on the shirt?
Puma's on their shirt.
Damn.
Their clothes are Puma.
Yep.
It's crazy, right? You think of somebody like Sergio Aguero, right? Who's a legend for them. Puma was his sponsor. Neymar, right
Moved
now.
to Puma from
Puma.
Nike.
He left Nike.
He was the face of
and he's
Nike and moved to Puma.
So let me actually break this down. This is something I've noticed, and Mikhail has probably noticed it with me because we're old, apparently.
We remember Man City being the
Late
shit.
80s.
Same, me too.
Late 80s, early 90s, right? Adidas.
Run DMC.
The big, no, I'm saying this football now. Adidas. They were pumping, bro. Late 90s, early 2000s, Nike. If you are like a
big club.
a big sportsman, no, yeah, like if you're in a big club, Nike, bro, Nike. Until round about now, where Puma starting to come in to the bigger boys.
For real?
Bro, it's
Puma,
so they hit it, and then they're not
Under
coming in
Armour.
loud. They're coming in so
That's
soft.
the thing.
Coming in
That's
so
I
what's
apologize,
beautiful
Puma.
about it,
I was not
because I
familiar
think
with your game.
When you come in aggressively, especially when
The
you're
check
trying
mark.
to challenge brands like Nike or Adidas,
You can't throw the whole kitchen sink at it.
you can't throw the whole kitchen sink at it, and you can't overdo them with spectacle.
No.
You have to beat them in concept.
Did you watch
You
the
have to
movie
beat
Air?
them in visual. Yes, yeah.
Nike did that.
Nike was small, and they came in.
And they came in
Yeah.
quietly, and that's an amazing strategy, dude.
I don't know if you got, because Chad didn't know this when we spoke about it with Magic Johnson, Irvin Johnson, in government. Before they approached Jordan, right, the whole Air movie.
But
concept,
wasn't he with Converse?
He didn't move.
Okay.
However, Nike's deal, because Converse, everyone was like, oh, we'll just give you a shoe, man. All other places are
Converse,
doing it.
Adidas, yeah, they said
Yeah.
just give you a shoe.
They were saying, hey,
Puma was also in there,
Yeah.
but they weren't the big player.
they were like, hey, so with Magic Johnson, they were like, because Magic Johnson, before he went pro, before he got drafted in the NBA, he just beat Larry Bird in the high school championship. Like
Right.
that's their big thing, right? So Magic Johnson was
Before you get drafted.
number 1 draft pick. Larry Bird was number 2. Larry Bird already got scooped up by Converse, and his main thing was like, I beat this guy. Why are you offering me less money than this guy? And the owner of Nike literally went with a custom pair of Nikes to the Lakers training center and was like, I will give you this and I will give you your own pair each game. And what I will do, this is like before Jordan got the royalties, you will get revenue from the shoe. So like Fishers, you can't outdo them with spectacle, but you can make it special to that one single individual that you know will make it a spectacle for you.
Yes.
Yeah, true. And that's why I always commend Nike for what they've done. Yes, moving a little bit away from Puma right now, but I always commend Nike for what they did for Jordan. Is the fact that they literally structured an entire brand around him And like, remember they said that they were expecting, in a year, they was expecting $3 million worth of sales. They got like over 300 million in sales in that first year.
They
Because
really exploded.
it's-
Shout out
yeah.
to Tinker. They don't mention that man enough.
Yeah. Shout out to
Love
him.
Yeah, facts.
Big player in the game, but obviously he came, like Puma's coming in now, subtle, bro. He was like there at the back, just hovering.
I feel like I'm listening to commentators right now. They're talking about a athlete's history of brand deals and partnerships.
But can we talk about?
Very
Okay, I'm gonna move over.
This
I'm gonna
man
move
is
over. I'm
zoned
gonna
in
move
right
back
now.
to the chip story, right? We hear this chip for the first time, right? But it's actually hasn't. It's not the first time that it's
not
been
new.
right? So Dior has launched for their sneakers. They've launched the same type of chip, the NFT, not near field communication, the
Adidas did
NFC chip, right?
Adidas did it 10 years ago with the shoe it used to be at the bottom of the boots. And then it would work in
Yeah.
conjunction with your heart rate monitor and stuff for professional sportsmen. Then that's the way your analytics coaches could track your movements, what you've been
Under
doing.
Armour does it, but they don't do it in the digital space,
No.
like in the blockchain. They don't do it on the blockchain. Cult and Rain, which is a urban wear brand,
He doesn't know.
like it's just like streetwear brand. Think about graffiti, those. You know? No, he doesn't know. Okay. So they also big with the digital wearables with this chip, and then something that you should know, which I hope you do, is Azuki with the golden skateboard. Are you saying yes? You know? You
I
don't?
do know Azuki. I know. Yes, I know.
I don't. Can you just like catch me up?
You know, Azuki is that skateboarding brand that decided to make an NFT collection and it became a huge thing, way more than they anticipated.
And then now?
Okay,
Now they're still an NFT brand, but then.
but can we talk about the skateboard?
What about it? Do you want it?
The NFC, the chip,
Yeah?
the skateboard.
Yeah?
Do you know about it?
Do you want to tell me about it? Or are you
I
asking me
would
to
tell
talk
you, but
about
if
it?
you don't know, I'll gladly.
Do you know about it or you do not?
I do know a bit
Then
about
why are
it.
you asking me to tell you if you
I
already
don't.
know?
But the fact that
I
you said
don't.
you know, and then Fish was like, okay, since you know, tell me, and now you're like,
Fish didn't say that.
He did.
He asked me if I know what Azuki is, and I answered the thingy. So I'm like,
this is.
Pigeon chest.
I'm the best at Premiere Pro.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro.
That's exactly what that is.
but yes.
Okay, so
Do you know or not?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
then
yes.
talk about
And
it.
it's hostile right now.
In October last year, right, Azuki popped up with, you guys know the Azuki collection, right? The Azuki collection did so well at the time that they decided to release 8 golden skateboards.
Like Willy Wonka.
These skateboards had a chip that proves your ownership, right? So if you buy this specific skateboard, they will then create a specific profile picture for you, right? Because it's a PFP collection, they'll create one. And then in the specific one, it will be a normal Azuki with a golden skateboard, and then it will have a dragon attached to it. So basically,
Please explain to Kenny if I gave you
for the viewers who don't know, this is how it looks like.
Yeah,
Am I the viewers who don't?
No, I'm just showing you because you also,
Oh.
So this is basically how it looks like. So
Can you please explain to Kenny if they gave the people bought a physical skateboard or not?
what do you mean?
I can see his mind working
No,
to know if
you
they
have
got a
to
physical
buy-
skateboard or not.
You have to buy the phys- so they released 8 golden skateboards, which you physically have to buy. It's not like you buy an NFT and then you get a skateboard. You buy the skateboard and then you get an NFT that is specific to you.
So basically, this is a way, right? Like, you know, when little homies pull up on you and they steal your bicycle, your skateboard, and you have to go contest that it's yours, they fix that whole problem.
Chad, do you know? Do you know now? How
Do I
they
know
fix
what?
that problem? I was just checking. Can never be too short with niggas.
But
But yes, as you were saying.
I'm done with this guy, bro. Oh my god.
Okay. Yes, as you were.
So they they released the skateboard, and the skateboard had the same type chip that the Puma
The NFC chip, Kenny.
NFC, but they called it something else. They called it I forgot what they called it. They called it something else.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Like I don't know what they called it now, but yeah, the skateboard was basically coated in 24 karat gold. The
You
physical.
couldn't skate with it.
No, it was fully functional.
Okay, sorry.
But the skateboard was fully functional, right? You could use the skateboard like a skateboard. It was just cold.
Yeah.
But why would you
And-
though?
I don't think anybody really did. But the mere fact is that it was used as it could be used if you were out of your mind.
Man said I heard a sound. I'm taking a chair to go beat someone.
What just happened, guys? I'm like so in the zone. I don't know what happened. What happened?
So the
Heard a
wind,
sound from the back.
the wind pushed the door, right?
Right.
Probably about like, and he heard the sound, and his first instinct was to pick up the director's chair and run there like he's gonna beat someone.
Ah, Faisal, bro.
You're distracting chat from learning stuff from
You were in the
I'm
zone.
not learning stuff.
24 karat.
Teaching you actually because he knows a bit about it.
I know, I was there.
Oh, so okay, then tell me about it. Then.
Were you not talking? It's rude to interrupt you.
Okay, I'm done talking. I'd like Kenny to elaborate. Thank
You're not done talking. I know the full story and I know that it's incomplete right now. So please proceed until you're done. I'll tell you when you're done. Please do proceed.
Okay, so anyway, this is one of the first fidgetals that were actually out there was the Golden Skateboard by Azuki.
Yes.
Right. So am I going to explain this again for you?
Do you want to explain?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I just wanted to basically let you guys know that this is how it ties in, that this Puma collab was not the first.
To use this.
They're not
technology.
reinventing the
Exactly.
wheel once again.
It's basically they took something that was called something else and now they just implemented it in a different type of way. Right. So instead
Like
of
phone, smartphone,
Right.
iPhone.
yes. Thank you, Fish. I appreciate you so much.
Having
Shake
beer.
my hand. Thank you, Mikhail. I appreciate you so much.
Pleasure.
Shake my hand.
I made Miguel teach you stuff, so why don't you shake my hand?
Thank you for nothing.
I made Miguel explain to you, boss.
Okay, so we're running this episode almost 2 hours right now.
Almost 2 hours.
Damn, bro.
General. Well, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
No, hold
You
on.
guys-
Hold on. You have to ask the viewers, guys. What do you think
joking.
about this
I'm joking.
Puma and Roc Nation and legitimate NFT? What do you think about this collab? Are you hip hop heads feeling that it's something too much because you want music to stay music, or are you guys feeling like this technology is really being adapted by the rest of the world? Adopted by the rest of the world, and specifically in South Africa. Do you guys think it's something that we could use moving forward?
Also, make sure you vote next year.
Make sure you vote as well next year, please, because Kenny really needs you guys to vote.
You too.
So left.
Bro,
You
like,
have a
thank
point,
you.
but
Before the shit housery continues.
Yeah, I think we need to close the show.
Thank you
Can we
for
just
being...
chat about one more thing?
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, bro, you're part of this.
Oh. Fidgetal. I just want to dig more into like how dope it is to like when the whole like Web3 wave first came through, right? And like NFT specifically. I think for everyone at home it was really difficult to get into because you're buying a JPEG.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You're buying a digital asset. So for people who don't work with digital assets or use digital assets, it didn't really make sense. Like we would understand it because like if someone says this NFT gives you a 3D model and like we can see the use in that. We can see the use in digital assets, right? Yeah. But what I love about phygital items and phygital projects rather is that it connects physical things to
Digital.
the Web3 world in a way that people can understand what the value is immediately.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I like that, and I'm gonna give you one more thing now because that was brilliant improv. I loved it so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. You say you love the fact that people can take the digital and give it a physical representation and vice versa, right? So you know what happened in Brown the day, right?
With the explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are like dubbing it the rumbling.
Yeah.
Shout out to the side.
There's actually been someone by the name of Lawd Yo, Zexaw. I don't know.
Zexaw.
I don't know if
Zexaw.
I don't know if there's a click in there. I don't know, but
Zexaw.
Zexaw, yeah, that one, maybe
Zexaw.
possibly,
Zico.
Zekla.
possibly.
I saw the thing this morning. I was like, what the?
They basically took that incident and created a whole AI collection based on that within a few days.
Fashion show.
A full-on fashion show.
What?
Do you want to show?
It looks weird. I was like, I thought I was dreaming because I saw it in the morning. I'm like, can go back to sleep, bro.
Swipe. So for you guys at home, you guys will be able to see the pop-ups.
God.
Real.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
This
Crazy,
is
right?
unbelievable.
And
Madness.
don't you think that, because Chad asked the question about it, basically the previous topic being, is it like adaptable to South Africa? And I think this answers that question.
Yeah.
Oh.
People can adapt.
Yeah. They just have to use their brains a little bit different.
What are you implying about South Africans?
Is that we always think that everything's a scam.
Ooh.
So
Sometimes.
use it to your advantage. Don't use it and think to yourself you're at a disadvantage immediately. Web3 is there for us to adopt it and use it the way we want to use it. It is not using us.
Wow.
Remember that.
Hey, you saved your ass.
I'm not. I
Damn.
didn't have to save anything.
Properly.
So I'll give you a real world case example, right? So last night I was having a very beautiful conversation with Megan's Rentals about this whole incident. And her dad was showing me the video of like how he was cleaning the windows and the taxi came up and like almost hit him. And like me watching it's like, oh damn, dude's lucky to be alive. You get other creative people like this who are able to adapt and basically adopt Web3 technology. Who are like, damn, dude almost lost his life. Let me make a project out of this. True. Like not like any bad vibes. Like hey,
No, okay.
Yeah, no shots towards anyone
Not a
involved.
profit off
Yeah.
this guy's like misfortune, but this is such a crazy like global event that people aren't really going to pay attention to. However, I can maximize my opportunity with this and create something that no one's. I never thought something like this would happen
True, yeah.
within the space of 2 days. I mean, you went AI. You were like prompts.
Fashion show.
Big ups to you for that. Big ups to you. Yeah.
So it's like what Chad said. People
But I
using
mean,
their
it's
brains
AI.
differently.
So it is quick.
True.
Facts. That fashion show.
Have you guys
thing
ever
was
had that discussion
circle.
before?
Which
Would you like to
discussion?
revisit it? Because that was a very
Yeah, I don't
controversial
mind.
episode.
Yeah, I have some controversial views as well.
Run
on
it.
Tell us.
I think
Enjoy editing this 3-hour episode, Megan.
I think once you take the
Yeah.
tomfoolery out, it probably won't be crazy long, you know.
No, all of that is staying in.
Oh. Wow. I think we might have the next 2 weeks on our hands.
Part 1, part 2.
Part one, part two. Yeah.
But yeah, with that, like, okay, so for example, when people, especially artists, get upset about AI and AI creation, the way I normally explain it is, back in the day,
Can you
people
wasn't
who are
born?
long dead, like our
Decayed.
parents weren't
Not
even
decaying,
around.
decayed.
Yeah.
If you wanted a piece of art, you had to paint or charcoal or draw for days. And then
Or
along
sculpt it.
came some asshole who was, and I should know his name actually, who had a box where he would go there and he would click a button and he had the piece the next day. Which when you're working for weeks and weeks on end,
It piss you off.
they were like, how is this art? How is this, you know, like, how does this have a soul? You are just clicking a button. And that sounds mad familiar to now.
Don't you think
Because,
it's out of fear?
yeah, I think it's 100% out of fear. I think that it's here whether you like it or not. I think that the fact that it's so crazy and that you can just type a prompt and create work,
Which would take me days.
which would take someone else days, if not months, to create, scares people.
Yeah.
Because up until this point, it wasn't possible. But at the same time, for reassurance for any like artists out there and stuff, I have been working a lot with especially animation houses across the planet, not just in South Africa.
Man's global.
None of them, none of the big guys who actually do the hiring and the directing are interested in hiring people who solely do AI.
True.
So I think the AI is not going to take your job, but people who leverage AI to make themselves faster or more efficient will definitely.
You have the one up here.
Those are the guys you
So-
are going to be scared
Yeah.
of.
Remember, no, not remember because you weren't there. It would take you weeks to paint multiple scenes, right? Like you said, some asshole came and clicked. Now, we're the assholes that are literally using those devices
Hi.
to
To
run.
clear up stuff
No.
and to clear out work faster.
You get me?
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's about. How can I say this? I think it's more about when than if. Because, yes, they might not be hiring the people who are solely dependent on AI right now.
Yeah.
However, like you just alluded to, the people who know how to use it to maximize their workflow, that's who they're going to hire.
That's who they're gonna hire, exactly. I mean, even with film, for the longest time they would say like digital doesn't have a soul. You know, like we can't really like
We need them
don't want to
reels.
shoot digital, we want to shoot film and develop it and send it out because that's how
Can you know people used to sit in
Art.
dark rooms?
What?
With film cameras, people used to sit in dark rooms.
You're gonna tell me what you guys were doing again in the 70s?
Shut up, I was not there.
Sorry.
but today people still shoot film.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be artists going forward who just decide to stick to the long
Still
way.
chill on
They're
Blender.
still
And that's
paint.
their niche, and they will have their work just as much as the guys with
There's
AI
a
will have
prime
work.
example sitting next to you. He literally will Blender the entire week, procrastinate on Blender, but will go home and spend his birthday painting.
Yeah, he's a mixture of both.
You see?
Facts.
So I think like, yeah, with that AI stuff,
Oh, me.
don't be scared. Be hype.
No,
And
but
this
thinking of, like,
project
that
is
sounds like a cool
massive.
person I could get
Yeah,
along with.
it is.
What's really dope is they've leveraged. You see, that's how you can also like create a community quickly, engage with people really fast. Is like anyone outside of Joburg or maybe South Africa, this isn't gonna fly on like national news and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But for anyone who's looking for a South African maybe AI artist because they're really into AI, this is the perfect project for them to like really dig into an artist. What's his name?
Lord
Lord.
Zexaw.
Hit us with one, please.
Zexaw or Zeko?
Lord.
Spell it again.
Zexaw.
With Lord.
Zexaw.
It's kind of crazy because then you can, if you were there and you bought that piece of art, like that means something to you.
Because you
know?
were
Value.
part of it.
Yeah, so then it has that soul that people say is missing from AI. It has all those things.
But also, it's created a huge craze around Johannesburg specifically because I heard on the radio this morning that they've obviously closed down the entire street to make sure and do their investigations, right?
Yeah.
However, it didn't stop like a 17-year-old girl going to school, right? Going there and starting Instagram live to show people that she's there.
Yeah.
People flocked towards it instead of away from it because they were like, wow, this happened. I need to see it with my own eyes. Yes, they have video, yeah, they have pictures and stuff
But
like
to
that.
go
But
there,
they were like,
to
I
see
need
it.
to go to Bree now and see it. Because you might not have been in Bree, right? But for everyone in Johannesburg, Bree means something.
I'll
for
explain
you.
just now.
Yeah.
Because you're like, Bree taxi rank, probably the biggest taxi rank or the most famous taxi rank in Johannesburg.
Next
like,
to the MTN.
Yeah, we were there.
Bree taxi rank, I'm going,
reason, I
definitely.
We
You
were
know?
there 2 days before the
Before it
explosion.
happened.
Yeah.
You know what I
Literally
mean? So
parked
people are
there.
gonna want to go and be like, I know the street has been busy, but I've never seen it
Like
the way
this.
it is. So I need to go and see
It's
it.
cultural significance, and that
Yeah.
sells.
Yeah. So
You know, the chat says that, I mean, I'm like, maybe, just maybe we might have been wrong about black people being in horror movies saying, if it was a black person doing that, they would have run away. Because now that the thing is happening and the black people are going towards the thing.
not necessarily.
Oh
black
no, I've
people,
got a
but
video of the actual explosion. They were running those.
No, I'm saying now, like, because people are like, there might be
Yeah, I get
other
you.
explosions and stuff and all
Oh.
that. But then darkies are like, I'm cool.
If you don't
Because
see us
of the
for
fact-
episode 12, we got cancelled.
100%.
I'm black though.
Blink your knee.
But it's what like you're saying. It's because people barricaded the street. Remember, us as human beings, we like to be rebellious. So if they tell you, if your mom says, don't put your hand on the hot stove, you put your hand there.
No.
Mikhail, do you
Nah.
understand what I'm trying to say?
They can't release.
But
My-
out of curiosity, because we are curious
Yeah.
people, it's not about being white or black. It's because we're curious.
Curiosity.
There's a big red button, and Fish says to you, "Yeah, don't ever touch this button."
Yeah, but that-
you have this urge to touch that button
know what
because
the
it's
button
glossy.
does.
It's looking at you, bro. You're like,
Real
"I touched
world-
it, Fish."
Yeah, real world example.
that belt is big.
My father told the two of us, don't skate in the pool, it has acid. What do? We skate in the pool with the acid.
He also said, "Don't light a fire in the garage because there's
I have
explosive,
flammable, explosive
chemicals
materials in there.
What did we do? We
took
put
twigs
grass
and we
in
started
there
a
and we
fire.
started the
That's
fire.
insanity. What the Hold on, now why are you guys just
Nah,
saying
y'all
this
gotta
like
get with
you're
it.
not admitting to crimes and shit?
Simple story like in South Africa, they say don't drive without a license. How many people do you see driving without a license?
Because there's a way out, boss.
Exactly.
I mean, before you even...
People,
No.
people, no, listen. People do things because of the excitement of getting in
Did
trouble.
you never take a chappy from a store as a kid?
And run, me,
Just
bro.
run.
If I told you how innocent I was.
No.
Chappy never.
For me, no.
Nah.
I have never stolen for fun.
Facts. It was actually
I can
sweets
say that.
and Doritos.
I can
Okay,
say
but
that.
for
Not
the,
chappies.
have you ever done something for the thrill of doing it, knowing that you're not supposed to do it?
Yes, but I wouldn't
Okay,
light
yeah,
a
that-
fire
That is
inside.
Take it up
basically,
with bro.
that is what I'm talking about. It's not
Okay.
to do with any chappies.
Okay, no.
Hey, this guy always
You're
thinks
not
like-
just admitting to doing random crimes now. It's not okay.
Everybody on this earth has done something they were not
I mean,
supposed
how many of you have just, pushed the accelerator a little bit in the car?
Yes, when it says 80
Right.
going 100.
Sometimes we...
Bro, that's what we're talking
I
about.
got called into court for that thing.
You see? Warrant of arrest, my guy.
This is a
Hey, oh, now, okay, let's get
Okay, let's stop it.
People now are like admitting it.
I'm clear. I'm out.
Nothing happened. The fine.
Yeah, I paid the fine.
I mean, my license disc was expired for like 4 months and I was driving without it.
I think we can talk about these things. Our cops are criminals as well.
It's Megan.
We
Please
know
wrap this
that
up.
We do not
Mikhail?
have episode 12. All of them are in
So,
jail.
Guys,
all
this is
the
gonna be a
viewers
part one,
at
part
home,
two
please do
series.
answer the questions that were asked, Kent. This is from me, the Frenchiest Fry, Fish over here, Just Chad, Mikhail. Thank you for tuning
Please
in.
like, subscribe, and
Please
comment.
like, subscribe, and comment, and then share with your friends and family.
But not the
Just
last
not the
part.
ones that are. Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
If you made it thus far, yes, dude, we love you. Just,
Yo,
bro, we love you.
wow.
And now you can safely blackmail these two because they've admitted so many things right now. I'll take that footage to the police.
They don't know us.
Give me this. You literally introduce yourself with your legal name every morning.
Not the surname.
They know Livex though. They can go there and find you.
But
I
do you
said
really
your- I
think
said your
our...
surname.
Oh, shit.
But yes,
Yeah,
before
that
we
you're gonna have to.
But thank you guys.
Yeah.
We love you guys. And let us know what you think about all these topics we were speaking about. We have 3 topics besides the other fishy stuff.
you guys are wild today.
And
And yeah, we want to thank you, Big Fish,
Yeah.
Fish Cat.
Yes, sir.
And also, hopefully, like, when we get our own studio and, like, make it big and don't have, like, corporate ties, we'll do some fun shit on it. True.
We'll go out.
I'll come
and do
back.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's
You
gonna
better
happen.
come back.
So
We
I'll
want
come back.
Thomas also here.
Yo.
The third Tate brother. We introduce him. We want to show you guys Thomas, please.
Yes, sir.
And thank you, Megan. You guys have seen Megan. Thank you. You guys have seen Faisal, who's
And you've seen it, Bob, reincarnated.
Say hi to the people.
little
Yes,
big
sir.
way.
Rory.
Long way. Long way. Well done, bro. Thank you guys.
Gracias. We're saying thank you.